So if you swallowed a fish oil pill this morning thinking, you were protecting your heart, you might actually just be dissolving rotting, oxidized fat directly into your bloodstream. Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild reality check.
Right. Today we are unpacking a massive stack of medical journals, independent lab tests, and class action lawsuits regarding a daily habit you likely consider, well, untouchably healthy.
Because we are looking at a $3.6 billion industry here.
Wow, $3.6 billion.
Yeah, built entirely on the promise of cardiovascular health, but it is currently facing a really profound, highly disruptive scientific reckoning.
Okay, let's unpack this by starting with the physical capsule sitting right in your kitchen cabinet.
Yeah.
Like, look at a mass market product like Nature's Bounty odorless fish oil.
Oh, the runs everyone has.
Exactly. The label advertises a 1,000 milligram pill, but if you actually look closely, only 300 milligrams are the active EPA and DHA fats.
Which leaves, what, 700 milligrams of just cheap filler fats?
Right, and the odorless part is where it gets crazy. They use this thick enteric coating so the pill doesn't dissolve in your stomach.
Supposedly to prevent the dreaded fishy burp.
Yeah, supposedly. But, isn't putting a thick enteric coating on a pill to hide a fishy burp basically just spraying heavy perfume on rotting meat?
Yes, it essentially functions as a brilliant biological disguise.
Yeah.
The core issue here is lipid peroxidation.
Okay, what is that exactly?
Well, EPA and DHA fats are just highly unstable. When they're exposed to light or heat or, oxygen during the manufacturing process, they break down into aldehydes.
Aldehydes.
Yeah, they're mutagenic compounds, meaning they can actually penetrate your cells and damage your DNA.
Oh, wow. So it's like leaving a stick of butter out in the hot sun, but instead of just melting, it turns into a cellular wrecking ball.
That is a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And that thick coating ensures you don't even taste the damage. Putrid smells are your evolutionary warning system, literally screaming at you, do not eat this toxic fat.
But by engineering the capsule to dissolve deep in your intestines, they just bypass that reflex entirely.
Exactly. And a 2023 George Washington University study tested 72 popular brands and found that 45% of them failed rancidity tests.
Wait, 45%? Like nearly half of them?
Nearly half. And manufacturers frequently pump the oil full of artificial flavors, like intense mint or lemon.
Oh, so that actively blinds both the consumers and the laboratory testing equipment to the rotting oil inside.
Right, it completely masks the decay.
Okay, I have to push back here for a second because cardiologists have pushed omega-3s for decades. My own doctor told me to take them.
Sure, it's a very common recommendation.
Are you saying the foundational science was just wrong? Like, how does a rancid fat in your stomach actually translate to a heart attack?
Well, what's fascinating here is how the recent data resolves that exact paradox.
Yeah.
A landmark 2024 study in BMJ Medicine looked at healthy individuals taking these supplements.
Okay, and what happened?
They discovered these people actually faced a 13% higher risk of atrial fibrillation.
Wait, really?
Yeah, a very dangerous irregular heart rhythm, plus a 5% higher risk of stroke.
Hold on, so taking the supplement to prevent a stroke is actually increasing the risk of getting one?
Yes, it is. And a 2025 study in the Journal of the American Heart Association finally explained why.
What did they find?
Well, they proved that high blood levels of omega-3s, which you naturally get from eating whole fish, are undeniably protective.
Okay, so the fish itself is good.
Exactly. But those rancid retail pills completely fail to raise your blood levels. Instead, you're just flooding your system with oxidized lipid peroxides.
And what happens when those hit your bloodstream?
Your immune system attacks them as foreign invaders. Macrophages gorge on the oxidized fat, they die, and then they turn into what are called foam cells.
Foam cells?
Yeah, and these foam cells embed themselves directly into your arterial walls. That is the literal mechanism of arterial plaque.
Wow, so you are swallowing the literal building blocks of chronic inflammation.
Unfortunately, yes.
Here is where it gets really interesting, because you can't just quietly accelerate heart arrhythmias without consequences. The legal backlash has officially begun.
Oh, absolutely it has.
Like in 2024, a massive class action lawsuit hit the retail titan Nature made for fraudulent heart-healthy claims.
Right, and that was right on the heels of severe FDA recalls they faced for salmonella and staph contamination in their manufacturing plants.
It is just crazy.
The main takeaway from that litigation is you simply cannot rely on mass-market retail brands.
So how do you actually protect yourself?
Well, demand IFOS certification. That's a rigorous third-party standard proving your specific batch isn't oxidized or, switch to pristine algal oil.
Okay, IFOS or algal oil. Got it.
Right, but the most immediate tool at your disposal is the at-home sensory bite test.
The bite test, like literally biting into the pill.
Physically bite into your capsule. If it smells putrid or if an overwhelmingly artificial flavor just blasts your palate, throw it out immediately.
Just toss it. So what does this all mean for you, the listener? It means true cardioprotection comes from the complex biological matrix of whole foods.
Exactly. The interplay of fresh proteins and unoxidized fats.
Right. Does not come from cheap, heavily processed, rotting gelatin capsules that actively thin your blood and drive inflammation.
Which brings up a really important final thought. If nearly half of a globally recommended supplement is clinically rancid,
Yeah.
it's sold with absolutely zero federal limits on oxidation, what does that suggest about the hidden chemical dangers lurking within the thousands of other unregulated dietary supplements currently dominating pharmacy shelves?